to questions.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. I'm honestly really excited for a decision day. I think that makes it really, really fun for, fans and players. I think to not know going into the game, I think it makes everybody play a little bit differently. So I think that's really fun. I do like this matchup. I think I think I don't think San Diego's ever won against us, but I think they're a fantastic team, and I think they're going to be really hard to beat in their home stadium. So I think this is going to be a really fun challenge for us, and I'm really excited to play on Sunday.
John, go ahead with your question.
Thank you, Jeff. Lauren, to sort of continue that point, you've also had success against some of the better teams in the league this year. You beat Portland at home. You went unbeaten against the Gotham. You've had some success against some of the other better teams in the league. Do you feel like that, combined with what you said, that sort of gives you that extra bit of confidence that you need to know that you can beat teams of this caliber in such a high pressure situation like this?
Yeah, I do. I feel like, we've been put in, the Challenge Cup final. That's a stressful situation. So I feel like, we've played at, Portland. There's so many circumstances throughout the year that prepare you for these decisions and for decision day. And I think, this year we've really believed in ourselves, and regardless of results, like you said, we've beat some big teams, but I think that every match in the NWSL is so tough that you don't really have a chance to not do your best. So I think that, all of that has led up to this moment, and I think that we're prepared. And I'm really excited.
Steph, go ahead.
Thanks, Jeff. Great singing. Sorry. The Wave, notoriously a hard team to draw out of position defensively, especially on your side, where maybe we're looking at a Naomi Girma side of the defense. But I'm just wondering, without blowing up your spot tactically or whatever, what are the things that you think you are doing outside, particularly like with Paige, in order to help exploit space, draw defenders out, maybe make things exciting?
Yeah, I think that, like you said, it is going to be very difficult. I do think they're kind of a low block team. I wouldn't consider them super high pressing. So I think that's difficult in itself. And I think they've done really, really well defensively, specifically Naomi Girma, like you said. So I think it's just going to be pulling pieces back and forth and seeing how we can move the defense. And I think a lot of that has to do with off the ball movement, and who we can get in behind while also pulling people and moving them around. So I think that that's tactically a tough thing to do, but I think we're going to try our best. And I think that, that relationship between a winger and an outside back is always quite fun, because it's just playing with pieces. So I think, we're well prepared for that, and excited to see on Sunday how it goes.
And just one more very broadly, end of the season, people tend to reflect. Been talking to a couple of teams, and a lot of them have said, in the right culture, you should see growth everywhere on the roster, from top to bottom, on and off the field. Just wondering if you've seen that from your team, and if so, what are the ways either you individually or that you've seen from your team or teammates do you think like, yes, we've grown in these areas from like preseason to now, I can see the difference?
Yeah, I mean, I do think that, throughout the year, we've definitely, from the beginning to the end, it's crazy how long the season is. We all joke that it was like a year ago, because it's, feels like so long, but, it also has gone by so fast. So I think that's kind of a weird thing of playing in the NWSL. But yeah, I do think that we've shifted a little bit, and I do think everyone has gotten better. And I think that, it's fun to start playing more and more minutes with people, because you start to understand relationships, especially with how many internationals we have. And it's really cool. I think just from an off the field perspective, a lot of Wong is speaking really good English. Ari's starting to speak really good English. And I think that that's a testament to us and how close we are and how much we want to see everyone succeed. So I think that that's a big improvement for us, as well as integrating those players into, our team and getting to see their culture and how it blends with ours. So I think that's a really cool part of our team.
Have you guys pick up any Portuguese, or is Wong Mandarin or man? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, it is really hard. We are trying, but they're hard they're really hard languages to learn. But yeah, Ari's a good teacher. We've definitely learned some bad words. I feel like we should probably learn some better words, but yeah, no, they're hilarious. So it's really fun for them to teach us about their language. So
yeah, everyone does the bad words first. Thank you.
I know, exactly. It's so funny.
Taylor Vincent, go ahead.
Hey, it's Lauren. Thanks for chatting with us this morning. I know it's early on the West Coast. This year you're one of 8 players and 3 racing players who are currently trending for an Iron Woman season, right? Playing every single minute of every single game. Can you just talk about that a little bit and what it means to you to kind of hit that metric?
Yeah, I mean, it's such an honor. Obviously, I think that that's such a incredible feat for anyone. And I'm really proud and honored to, do that with racing. I love racing, obviously. Been here for 3 years, kind of watched the growth of this team. So I mean, wow. I don't really have much to say about that. I'm just really happy that, I can help my team and be on the pitch for them, because there's no place I'd rather be, for sure.
And then I know that Jay and Sav have their coffee with the midfielder segment. I was wondering, is there any update on the number of goldfish that still survive?
Oh gosh. I don't know if anyone wants to know that update. I think that Ari's actually are all still alive. I'm trying to think. Wong's definitely are not. I think Savs are alive as well. I think they all got like really nice tanks and like are really taking care of them and really into it, putting cool stuff in them. Yeah, Sav was like, when I leave to go home, can you take care of my fish? I was like, sure. Like, I'm gonna drive all the way to your house, take care of your fish. But yeah, so they're actually really into it, which is it's pretty cool. It's cool to see that.
Okay. Thanks and good luck.
Thank you.
Becky, go ahead.
Hey, Lauren. Building off what Steph asked and kind of what you answered to Taylor a little bit, no matter what happens in this coming game, racing will have broken the team record in points earned, number of wins, fewest goals conceded. I'm sure there's a few other areas as well. As someone who's been here from the beginning, going into this final match of the regular season, still in the playoffs, what can you say about the progress racing has made in the past 3 years and where you feel they are now versus even the beginning of the year?
Yeah, I mean, I was literally just talking about this with someone. Like, last year we weren't even in this conversation. And obviously there wasn't a decision day last year, but we were in completely different spaces. And I think that I think I've said this before, but there's pressure here for a reason, and we're doing the right things and we're in the conversation. And I think that that's really important, for us, because I think we obviously really believe in ourselves, and it's up to us to show everyone else what we're capable of, and day in and day out in training what we're doing. And that comes down to the weekends and playing our best. And I think that, this year has been a special group and has been a special, team for us. So I think that, that shows in our performances. And I think that obviously, like, we dropped a few results and that was really disappointing, but I think we've clawed back. And I think we've shown the league that, we're here to stay, and I think that that's really important for us as a collective. And I'm really proud of the group, and I know, we all are really proud, but I don't think that stops there. And I think that's the cool part, is that we're constantly wanting better for ourselves. It's not just like, oh, we broke the record. Like, we're dying to get into playoffs. And I think that that's, a really important mentality for anyone in this league.
Great. Thank you, Lo.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions for Lauren? John, go ahead.
Oh,
John or
I'm having
me?
Steph.
I think
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Steph.
it's cool. It's early.
Sorry,
Sorry,
just a song.
yeah. A punishment song. Last question, just on the theme of reflecting on the year. Not every player makes a transition to coach team. Viviana's probably not in that category. She seems like someone who's been doing pretty well. I'm just wondering, what, from your perspective as a player, what growth you've seen from Bev in her growth as a coach?
Oh man, there's not enough I could say about Bev, honestly. What a fantastic role model for, anyone in our league. And I think that, she's so detailed in the way she speaks about soccer, and she's so intelligent and so passionate that I think it rubs off on anyone she's coaching or anyone she's around. And I think that that is so important for us to see, especially as females. And I think that it is, honestly, there are not enough words to say how much she's meant to this group. But yeah, I literally, the training sessions she runs are absolutely impeccable. Like, they're so fun, so thought out, and they're so detailed to the point where you understand exactly why these things are going the way they are, why these passes are like, it's exactly translated onto the pitch. And I think that that is the coolest part of what she's doing. And I think that, yeah, she's been honestly paramount for our group, and we're really lucky to have her.
Amazing. Thank you.
John?
Thank you, Jeff. I actually did have another one. I know that Kirsten scored a couple of goals against Orlando that brought you guys from behind, and it's a third time she's had go-ahead or tying goal this year. Do you feel like in a situation with so much at stake tomorrow, having a player who's been able to do it in so many clutch moments this year, just talk about how that sort of enhances your team and enhances your chances in such a big match like this?
Yeah, I mean, KD is clutch. I think that we've kind of, we've established that this year for sure. And I think last year she was clutch as well. But I think that, she's such a great young player, but also such a great energy. And I think like you can see that on the pitch, like she will work forever, but also she's always in the right place at the right time, which I think is a talent in itself. And I don't think that that ever gets enough credit in soccer. But she's always exactly where she needs to be. And I think that, she brings such an energy to the group that is so needed. And I mean, she's a great asset to have for sure. And I think that, you want to rely on those players in those moments because they're clutch, they're going to be in the right place at the right time. So I think that gives you confidence going forward. So yeah, I'm excited to see, her play, and her growth this year has been incredible. So I'm really happy for her.
Anything else for Lo?